Do you guys have one? Okay. You can read the objectives. I just kind of wanted to go through this so that you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free. This is not this is a guideline. Feel free to adjust however you want to adjust. This is just so you have something to follow if you are that type of person and want to follow the rules. If you want to get creative, then please be my guest. I would also ask to, you can do things like weigh yourself before you get into this. This is starting on Monday, by the way, on our off week, if you're interested.
Are we due for the whole week?
So next Monday.
Yes, next
As long as
Monday
you
we
can
are
go.
starting.
If you want to go 3 days, I mean, if you've never,
Making a challenge to see how long we
if you've
can
never,
do it.
if you've never done a juice cleanse, I mean,
It doesn't matter, no. Yes, we're saying 7 days. 7 days, yes.
Could I ask, bone broth versus regular just beef broth? Is it the same thing? Do you just,
Beef broth is not the same thing as
I
bone
mean, like,
broth.
how do you make it though? Like, if you're gonna make your own, do you just?
I will post that as well on the Facebook page. I just made a chicken one because my son was sick, so I just boiled a whole entire chicken and made a broth out of that, threw some vegetables and some herbs and stuff like that, like whole onions and in there, and strained it off, and then I made it into soup. But that's a bone broth. When I made the beef bone broth here, I bought properly sourced bones for making bone broth. Like there's like knuckle bones and marrow bones and tail bones and like all bones. And you can put whatever herbs in it you want. Turmeric and ginger is what I did for that one. But yeah, you can totally add bone broths to this if you need something more satiating and more filling at nighttime. Juicing a lot does definitely, you'll see. I don't mean that in a bad way, but sometimes you're like, I just need something a little bit savory. So do a bone broth and, go that way. So organic produce only, there are no exceptions here, none. Don't be scared, like how I told you guys to blend frozen bananas with the skin on and use them. I know some of you are now. Therese, Francesca is one of them. She was shocked that I was not lying about it.
Oh, the banana peel?
You freeze a banana whole with the peel on and then blend that into your smoothie, leave the peel on.
Okay, because I have like a virus, I was gonna say, I would do all this
So-
in that.
But that's for a smoothie.
But that's for a
Not for
smoothie,
juicing.
right?
Yeah.
So my point was that just like you're not gonna be scared of the banana peel, don't be scared if you're gonna buy beets to juice the greens as well. Leave the celery whole with the leaves on the top. Include the peel on anything, on everything, except for things that you're not supposed to. Hey, baby girl! Supplementing to juicing, not that you're gonna wanna drink anything else, but a roasted dandelion tea is really great in helping and supporting your liver during the detoxification process because you are super flooding your body with nutrients. Your toxins are going to be displaced very rapidly, and you need to be able to help support your liver in getting rid of them. So that is something that I would advise doing as many times during the day as you can fit it in, definitely at nighttime. I would make it, make a warm cup of tea before you go to bed and do that. Mason jars for storage, try not to store them in plastic because they are very enzyme rich. They will be able to pull things out of the plastic. Please use glass. When you fill up your juices, I would advise everybody go out and get the wide mouth ball 16-ounce jars. They are like this big. Get the lids, fill it up as high as you can. Don't let the juice go all the way to the top so that it's touching the metal. Just below it. Keep as little air in there as possible, but there does need to be like a slight bit of air.
So it's the metal, not the plastic. You don't want the plastic tops.
I don't want plastic anything, metal tops, yes. I made these recipes to produce hopefully 32 ounces of juice, which every time you juice then, you should only be juicing 3 times a day. Each time you juice, you will yield 32 ounces, which gives you then 2 servings. So then you have 6 juices to drink for the day. So you can juice all in the morning, I don't care when you juice. but just, break it up like that. And you'll have to find your own rhythm, whatever works for you during the day. It's just, make a plan, shopping, prepping, juicing, storing, working, cooking for others, like those of you who have children, you're gonna have to work around that. That's not the fun part. Find your motivator and advertise it all over your house. Put sticky notes all over the place, reminding yourself why you're doing this, because you will have a dark day or two in the very beginning, probably around day 2.5 in the morning of day 3. It gets a little rough. After that, like I said, you do go through an exorcism. After that, you do. After that, it should not be a problem whatsoever because you are really quickly being fed very nutritiously. Transitioning in, obviously you want to eliminate all processed everything right now. Start doing this stuff this week. Like starting today, we're 1 week out from when we're starting this. Clean out your pantry, start juicing. Do a juice every day. I know a lot of you are. Get rid of all the temptations out of your house. Support yourself and make this so it works. And you want to set yourself up for that, right? A day before, you're going to stop all your non-prescription vitamins and supplements. Anything that you're doing, stop. We are only doing this right now. Remove all self-over-the-counter drugs, meaning if you're taking a melatonin, which is a supplement, if you're taking, an Advil every single day for pain, stop. Make your shopping list, go shop. What?
So I do the Zendecrine oil at night. Do I have to stop that? That's for liver support.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
I just want to make sure.
In the meantime, everybody should get that too if you can get your hands on doTERRA. There's a consultant, there's a consultant.
How much endocrine oil do you use at night?
2 drops.
Okay.
Thanks.
I've been doing that for
So
2015.
during your cleanse and reset, there are really great resources. You can go to jkjuices.com, Reboot with Joe, who is the Joe Crow guy who juiced Cross, thank you. Who juiced forever. Nutritionfacts.org is really great. You want to keep your sugars low in these juices, so don't juice like beets, carrots, apples, kiwis, pineapple, and call that a juice. Please try and incorporate as many vegetables into each juice as you possibly can. You will see that I use sweet vegetables in a lot of the juices. I am not sticking you with a lot of, kale and broccoli type of stuff. So they're very good juices. And transition out. Please treat your body well. You have worked very hard for this. Don't invite elephants over into your beautifully clean house.
And what is the
Don't do it.
E3 live?
That's the algae. Oh, sorry, I
Okay.
skipped over that. So let's talk about liver support. Go back up. Juice a large amount of, to support your liver, you want to juice dark leafy greens, beets, cilantro, parsley, dandelion, arugula, cruciferous vegetables. These are going to help your liver throughout this process. Juicing turmeric, you can buy turmeric nugs at basically every grocery store. I would advise to do this. I would go to Whole Foods. They have the most available at all times. Those shelves are restocked daily, and they have everything you need. Everything. Fennel, dandelion greens, pea shoots, all different types of sprouts. They have it all there. And it's the cheapest produce you'll find. I've said that 100 times.
This is Whole Foods?
Whole Foods in Danbury. Skin brushing is something that you do to help your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system does not have valves and it's not under pressure like your circulatory system is. So you want, it's right, it goes deep, but it's right underneath your skin. They sell these really gentle brushes that you just push and get everything, you move everything up towards your liver. You brush up, you brush your arms up, your skin.
So it's not towards your heart? It's
Yeah.
towards your liver?
Well, they're right here. You want to brush everything in.
Okay.
You want to brush in.
Amazon has good brushes.
They do, yeah. They're handheld things. It's a really nice massage. Rebounding on a trampoline. I don't know who was it you? I was telling, get a rebound, get a don't go. You can go get one, sure. But rebounding is a wonderful way to get your lymphatic system to move too. Go
Do you
ahead.
have a brand that you recommend of that or no?
For what?
The rebounder?
No, just any sort of. I got a double one that like Timmy can jump on the other side. They're the
I'm just
small
gonna
little.
go-
I got a little one that.
There you go. That's it. Just, a little kid's one.
Hold on.
Yeah, just jump on it.
It's supposed to be
Your
good for
lymphatic system.
osteoporosis too.
Yeah, it's very good for that.
I
It's
have one, but I
resistance
don't
training for
use it.
that. Your lymphatic system isn't under pressure, so your muscles have to move it or you're moving it when you're brushing to get it flowing so that you can dump your toxins. Exercise rebounding castor oil. This one was new. I guess you put it, it sends you into labor, by the way. That's not a fallacy. But you put it on a hot, you put it on a hot pack and you put it on your liver, which is on this side, and your right side.
Yes.
Your liver.
Yeah, the way you were drinking it.
Yeah. And apparently that also helps open up your bile ducts and just helps everything flush out. And that was like a big thing when I looked it up, so that's like legit. E3 Live. Get your hands on some of that if you want. And matcha green tea is really super wonderful. Okay, especially if you're coffee drinkers. Yes, I do permit you in here to have a cup of black coffee. Do not mess this up with dairy in the morning. But if you can, switch to green tea, and your coffee needs to be organic as well, because coffee is legit one of the highest treated substances in the United States on the face of the earth.
I can't use my Ripple.
Your Red Bull?
Ripple.
Oh.
It's yellow tea.
I would.
So no,
Yeah,
okay.
just no.
How much is the E3 Live? Is it a powder or?
So, let's talk about that for a second. It is frozen when you buy it. It needs to remain frozen. So how you handle this is and the instructions are right on it, you take it out of the freezer, you put it in some cold water in a cup. You let it sit there for 15 minutes. You come back, you pour some out, a couple teaspoons, couple tablespoons into, I do like maybe that much in an old-fashioned juice glass. And you drink that and then you put it back into your freezer. That should last you a really long time because you're only taking a couple tablespoons at max. At max.
Or another good thing to do is when you defrost it, make ice cubes.
Yeah, you can make
Throw it in an
that.
ice
I
cube
did
tray,
that a
then you
couple
just pop
times.
one ice cube out and let it defrost and drink
Yeah.
that instead of
That's
taking the
the
bottle
how-to.
out every
Yeah.
time and defrosting the whole bottle.
Now, you don't have to do any of these other supporting things. I'm just giving them to you because you will be detoxifying. So I want you to have the best shot that you possibly can. That's why I'm saying this. Don't feel like you have to go out and spend, whatever your thing. Like I'm just giving you this information. Okay. Okay. Transitioning out. Treat your body well. Don't invite dirty elephants over to your clean house. So please don't end this and then go and kick it into high gear, and I haven't had Panera bread in a really long time, so I'm going, and that would just be a waste. Eat light. You want to eat light afterwards because you haven't been eating for a long time, so things like sprouts, this would be a great time for you to start growing this stuff on your counter because it takes a couple days to grow, so by the end of it, you should have a whole abundant garden inside your house.
And you want to eat anything. You would go out and eat the grass. You're like, yeah, just give me something to chew.
Veggie, well, no, not because you're hungry though,
No,
but
because
because
you
you're
just want to chew
like.
something.
Veggie-based meals, soups, and fruits are wonderful. So I only did a 3-day cleanse because I didn't want to throw a ridiculous amount of different juices at you guys. I did put, I think, 6 different juices in here. Again, you're drinking 6 juices a day. Each time you juice, it's 32 ounces, so you can split that into 2 different servings. I did also give you, you wake up, make some lemon water, sprinkle a little cayenne in there. That's going to also super support your liver. That's for your liver. So you're starting right in the morning with your liver. And it doesn't have to be a lot of water either. It can just be a little 8-ounce thing. Not a big deal. Leafy green, a beet it, an immunity protector. Then you repeat that again, and then you end it with a dandelion tea. However you want to do it. Again, this is not a rule book. This is just, I needed to give you guys something. The next day is, I start every day with a leafy green. The leafy green is what I made the other day when we were here, but there's way less lemon in it. So this'll be good. This one's got a leafy green, a capel, which is a carrot, apple, ginger type of drink, and a Hippocrates green. The next one is a leafy green, a beet it, and a Thai vibe, which is really good. It's
That's one of our juices.
that's really good. The recipes are on the next 2 pages, and then I did give you guys some bonus juices if you want to venture out and supplement whatever, do whatever you want. Just know that these recipes only yield 16 ounces. So if you want to do a double batch of them, you need to double the recipe, and then you will also need to add it to the grocery list, because the grocery list is only for the juices that I did for the 3-day cleanse. So if you know you want to do a 6-day cleanse, then double the grocery list, or just go shopping twice.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
this
that's a
is
better
16?
idea.
This is 16 ounces? Right here?
It's 32.
That is 32 ounces.
32.
The ones in the
All the
backpack.
ones for the one that says juice recipe is 32 ounces. The ones that say bonus juices are just 16
Okay.
ounces. Yeah,
So when you say, you know, like day 3, we're doing 2 Thai vibes.
mhm.
So will this recipe, that just makes 1, right?
That makes 2 Thai
This will
vibes.
make 2.
Yes,
okay.
I should have said that.
No, that's okay. So
The
I
juice
trust you.
recipe, the page that says juice recipe yields 32 ounces per recipe. So you don't need to double that. So maybe just write that on there, yields 32 ounces. So you don't get mixed up and double it. I mean, you can double that, that's fine, but then you'll have, 2 days worth of juice, which again is fine. It's fine.
How do you do the turmeric again? You just throw it in?
Yep, it is just like ginger. It looks exactly like ginger.
Do you add anything to it, like apple or anything like that, or just?
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, it's in there as a, hold on. Did I put the page in there? Oh, flip to the back page. Build your own. You can also build your own if you want to get crazy with it, but this is how you would build it. You have a base, and then you have the flavor components and the superfood components, and then you have your preservative. Every juice has to have a preservative because it oxidizes very rapidly if it does not. Think about when you cut an avocado, it starts to turn brown almost immediately. You put lemon on it and you're golden. Apples, same thing. You need a preservative. The Thai vibe does call for a lime, and I would advise taking the rind off. Not that I advise that much, but for this drink, I do, just so you can get the amazingness of it. It's like a cocktail, I swear. It's absolutely wonderful.
So do you use one of each?
You can
or-
use as many of each as
Okay.
you want, but these things have to be in every juice. I mean,
Okay.
you could do celery and lime, that's fine, and not do the flavor component or the superfood, that's fine, but this is how you build your own juice. So feel free to venture out. I will be sending, so I'll be getting everything onto the Facebook page. I will be through the email app, through the church, I will be sending out the Zoom link. Monday night, we will meet. After day 1, we'll do every other day a meeting on Zoom. Okay, for as long as however long we show up, that's what we'll do. And it won't be long, whoever want, 15 minutes just to check in, see how everybody's doing. If you guys have questions, if you want to share what's going on, how you're doing, because you do need a support system to keep you in this, and accountability is massive. I was gonna say, yeah, anybody who wants to actually document their health progress, get your weights, take pictures of yourself with little to no clothes on, and then see what you look like at the end of it. But I'm telling you, like, we don't want to see them. They're for your own benefit. Journal. Like these things have a tendency, just like fasting, right? It's the same thing as fasting, except you're supporting your body in a much bigger way with this. So, and when I say you go through an exorcism, it's because your energy levels are now mix-matched. So anything that's a stuck energy point in your body that has a lower gross type of festering, old wounds vibration is not going to match as you're feeding yourself with life force, right? Does this make sense? So that's going to burst. That lower energy is going to burst. So when I say you go through an exorcism, that's why you do have you have the potential to have big emotional breakthroughs. You have the potential to have huge life transformations, healing stuff that you didn't even remember. I mean, it's a really amazing process. Reach out if you have any
Monday night
questions.
Zoom, I don't know if I'm on Faith,
What is the Facebook page?
yeah, I don't know if, you send me the Zoom.
Aren't you on our Facebook page, Jessica? Yes,
I'm
you
on your
are.
Facebook
Yeah.
page, but so that's the one you're talking about, it's not Faith Church?
No, it's not the faith, it's our Healthy Habits for
Okay,
Humans
yeah,
Facebook page.
I have you.
Right, so
Yeah.
I'll email, I'll put the Zoom link on there, and then I'll also email it out, because there's a lot of people that aren't on
Okay.
that. So,
Is that at 7?
You can also get rashes and headaches.
oh yes, you can also, anybody who's a caffeine person or a sugar person and you're not giving it up this week, you will definitely have withdrawal symptoms. You will have withdrawal symptoms, which won't necessarily last long, again, because you're combating it with super nutrient dense food, which is what you need to do, but don't let that discourage you. Yes, you could have rashes. I told you if you're gonna do this, that might get a little bit worse. So, but then it'll get rapidly better very quickly.
Well, that's the toxins coming out.
Exactly, and that's exactly what it is. Those are your toxins trying to find the path of least resistance in order to come out of your body. That is what a rash is. So,
You could do like,
Thank you. Epsom salt baths,
Epsom baths, thank
anything
you.
like that,
Alfalfa
yes.
is supposed to be really one of the best.
Wonderful.
But it's alfalfa. Alfalfa, you put it in the tub, but you're not supposed to let it go down. You're supposed to wear gloves.
Like
and-
powder?
No, the actual alfalfa. It draws out like parasites and toxins.
It does.
Sure. I mean, sprouts are magical, didn't you hear?
Apparently. I can't wait for the.
Wheatgrass.
I took the
Cockery
light,
Center
you
is
know, I
also
was
used
looking,
as
I'm like,
enema.
is there any bugs, you know?
Because that helps completely, like the coffee enemas, you weren't here for Max Gerson. The coffee enemas and Max Gerson's protocol that we talked about, that help flush out your liver
How do you spell
massively.
his last name?
Gerson,
He's my speller
G-E-R-S-O-N?
and math man.
Max, Dr. Max Gerson.
Wheatgrass is in my opinion, the more advanced way to do exactly that, because it's such a medicinal plant. I mean, all of them are. They're all just beautiful creations. Kale is on the Dirty Dozen, which is why you need to buy organic kale anyways,
Right.
regardless of whether or not you're juicing. But seaweeds are heavy metal detoxifiers. So is spirulina and your algae. So that's not necessarily something that you need to worry about. They do work, the Hippocrates Center does work over in Hiroshima. They went over there and did a whole big thing with seaweeds to eradicate a lot of the radiation because it transforms it.
Right.
So, anybody have any other questions? Yeah.
The juice, when you get two out of it, the one that goes in the glass to the top, almost to the top,
Mhm.
do you have to keep it cold or don't keep it cold?
Refrigerate them, yes,
Refrigerate.
absolutely. That slows down the enzyme degrading process that will happen if you just leave it on your counter.
And you want it full to the top?
I want a full 16 ounces, just don't let it touch the lid. Just leave, like
Yeah.
a space, a tiny little space. But oxygen definitely
And the space is because you
oxidizes.
don't want it to touch the.
I don't want it to touch the top, yeah, I don't want it to touch the metal.
Alright, but if you're driving, obviously.
Oh, yeah. No, I just don't want it stored that way. And honestly, you're gonna be moving through them so quickly, it's not a big deal. I'm teaching you best practices. So do as you will, but that is where I'm teaching you from, okay? Like drink them, if you're gonna juice, drink them that day. But in reality, you can keep them in your fridge 3 to 5 days. And the kale ones will, look a little darker green / brown afterwards, but I drink it, I don't care. But best practice is to drink it that day. Okay?